Good evening. It is day 3 of How to Get Your Groove Back, and today is one of my favorite days. So let me just do a quick recap just to bring you up to speed. Day 1 was all about making a choice, right? Deciding what it is by the end of this week you're going to be able to look back and say, you know what, I crushed it, okay? Second piece was yesterday, was we all have stuff that we trip over our own feet on. And yesterday was all about identifying what they are, and then what are some of the tools that you'd be able to utilize in order to get yourself out of that situation. And, you know, before I kind of continue on, hey Cheryl, it's not about perfection, right? I'm never going to ask anyone for it to be perfect. You know, it is going for the B+. And the day I heard that, like going for the B+, it just like a weight was just like lifted off of my shoulders, right? Because all of us want to like knock it out of the park, home run, you know, crowd off their feet, screaming your name. That's not how fitness is, right? We're not going to get a merit badge if we diet the hardest or we go the hardest with our workouts. That's just not going to happen. And if it does, let me know, because then I'm going to suit up. But that's typically what doesn't happen. So what I ask everyone to do is go for the B+, right? It's not average, but it's not trying to be a superstar all the damn time, because that's tiring. That's just tiring all the damn time. Hey, Cynthia. So today is all about your why. And I call it connection, because so many of us believe that our goals are outside of us, that it's this like mysterious being that like, you know, floats around and, you know, it decides to knock on doors like, you get a goal. No, I'm gonna skip 2 doors, you get a goal. No, I'm gonna skip 3 doors, you get a goal, right? It's not like that. We are in control of our goals. We can just control our own destiny. But what happens is we get all crazy and we think all the things around us is what's controlling us, when it's truly us. So when you get clear about what it is that you want and define it, then you can ask yourself, why do I want it? Because when I ask myself, why do I want it? That's my motivation, right? That's my motivation. Because how many of you, give me some hearts, give me some love, if you ever said, you know, I just lose my motivation when it comes to getting healthy. I just lose my motivation when it comes to getting fit, right? How many people say that? Well, your why is your motivation. Your why is like, you know what? I want to get fit because I want to be able to get down on the floor and play with my kids. You know, I want to get fit that like when I go for a bike ride with my kids, I'm not dragging the rear, sucking wind, right? Because if your kids are little, like say like 5 or 6, they're only going to get faster, right? And so when they're teenagers, they're going to be like, Mom, you're slowing us down. So, or maybe you just won't want to go because you're like, I'm just too out of shape. So think about, why is it that you want to get healthy and fit? It could be vain. It could be complete vanity. Mine is 100% vanity, right? I stand in front of multiple classes a week. Well, before Corona, but I stand in front of multiple classes a week. I want to look like I want to walk the talk, right? I don't want to be like, oh, she's telling us to do all that, and looks like she's having ho-hos on the ride home, right? That's me. That's what my why. That's my vanity. You know, I want to be able to go into my closet and put on, I don't wear pants that button very often, but I want to be able to go in and put on any pants in my closet that button and not be like, damn, right? That's my why. That is my ultimate motivation for what I do. Now, that's like my overarching why, but we all have different whys from time to time. Maybe you're going on vacation. You know, maybe you got a wedding coming up or a reunion or, you know, something that you just want to look your best at. We all have it, our why. That's what's going to motivate you. So in the workbook, write down, what is your why? And like I said, it could be it could be as vain as anything. It's totally fine. It's totally fine to be vain, because I'm vain. That's what gets me to work out. So funny. And then, you know, there's I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically you ask yourself why 5 times. And it really helps to, I want to look and fit better clothes. Yeah, absolutely, Cynthia. Well, Cynthia, you're in freaking Mexico, so it's hot as balls all the time there. So you definitely want to like have like skin to win, right? Go for it. And I want that for you, my love. You know, you've been at this game for, I don't know, how long have I known ya? And so we're ready to slay this thing. But yeah, ask yourself why 5 times. Okay, so it's like, I wanna, you know, let's go with Cynthia's. It's like, I wanna look good and fit better in my clothes. Why? Because when I look in the mirror, I wanna flirt back with myself. Okay, that's one why. Why do I wanna flirt back with myself? It boosts my self-esteem. And then why? Well, when I have good self-esteem, it makes me want to eat better. Why? Well, when I eat better, I feel better overall. Why? Well, when I eat better, I feel better overall. I sleep better. And it makes me have a happier life, right? But do you see how that stack was going? It was like, why? And it just really helps you to get like deeper and deeper and deeper, and it helps you to like peel the onion back. Yeah, there's I mean, she lives in Mexico, and I mean, she moved there from sunny San Diego to like hot Mexico. God love you. But yeah, that's how I get into it. And so this right here is what I call like pivotal, because the moment I connect my goal of wanting to feel really good in my clothes to like actually taking the action. So it's like, if that's what I want, are my actions leading me to that goal, right? So I live in New England. It's not hot as balls. It's cold. I don't know. I can't say it's cold as balls. Oh, it's cold as a witch's boobie. So it's so cold. It's cold. So on a February morning, it's cold. It's dark. Do you think when my alarm goes off at 5 a.m., I'm like, yeah, let's do this? No, not at all. But I lay in bed and I think about my why. And I'm like, laying in bed, is this going to get me closer to being able to put on any pair of pants in my closet? Or is it moving me further away? And I asked myself that question. And 9 times out of 10, even though it's cold, I drag myself out of bed. I typically wait until I feel the heat come on, and then I drag myself out of bed. But that's the questions that you have to ask yourself, because when I know what my why is, I can start asking myself better questions. And my boyfriend Tony Robbins, he says you live a better life when you ask yourself better questions. And ever since I heard that, I'm like, you're absolutely right, because many of us ask the question, why is this happening to me? Why does my life suck? We ask the negative questions versus flipping it around and saying, how can I ask a more positive facing question? All right, hang on. Humidity is over 80%. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. I'm sweating right now just thinking about that, because we're in it wasn't as humid today, but Saturday, I think it was Saturday, Friday and Saturday last week were just like ridiculous. So we just about, it looks like it's gonna thunder, so I got my fingers crossed I can get this in before it starts to thunder, because that causes my Wi-Fi to get a little wacky. But yeah, the humidity is a killer. So yeah, so I asked myself the why 5 times, and so it really gets me to just stir down and truly why I want to do this, and I can start to feel it like in my roots. And then I ask myself, is this moving me towards my goal? Or, do I feel, also ask myself, do I feel inspired by this, my why? Does my why make me feel inspired? Because so many people say they want to lose weight, great, awesome, but you'll go to extremes to do it. And, ask, does that extreme make me feel excited, right? Is it, I'm not going to have any, we talked about this last night, I'm not going to have any sugar. Well, it's summertime, and are you going to go and not have ice cream with your kids? Or are you not going to ever have, a piece of cake at a birthday party or some type of social event? No, like that's no fun Jill, and no one wants to be around no fun Jill. I used to be a no-fun Jill, so I know no one wants to be around a no-fun Jill. All right, the last piece is, hey Martha, the last piece, I want a cool breeze. Oh, a cool breeze is like heavenly, huh? Cynthia, are you on the coast or are you more inland? I can't, you told me where you were, but I can't remember for the life of me. The last piece is, there's this morning, there's a CBS This Morning, a morning a morning news show. They do probably like once a quarter. They do a segment called Note to Self, and it's famous people writing a letter to their younger self with like lessons that they've learned. And I'm gonna put the link. I'll put the link in the email that I send to you guys with the replay. But I love it because it's like they had the woman whose life inspired the TV show Orange is the New Black, and they had her write her letter to her younger self. And one of the lines that she said to her younger self, she said, "The next time someone hands me a package I do not know, I will not pick it up." And so, but yeah, so they've had like a lot of famous people, but I'll put the link into it, who write a letter to younger selves as far as like the lessons that they were able to learn from, you know, either mistakes that they made or choices that they made in the past. So what I want you to do is I want you to look forward. And I want you to look forward 60 days, 90 days forward. And I want you to look forward and I want you to write that letter to yourself and say, what are some of the lessons that you are learning right now that you can, or what are some of the past things you've done that you can now turn into lessons so that when you read this letter from yourself, 60 days, 90 days, you can be like, yeah, this is happening, this is coming true. And, you know, I want it to be a little uncomfortable, but also a little realistic. Because I want you to read this letter and be like, yeah, look at me. I said I was going to do, you know, I said I was going to do that and I'm doing it. And, you know, so the letter could be like, you know, in the past I was inconsistent with my workouts. I'm 30 minutes from the coast. So yeah, so you got to really like get a good gust going. Oh, excuse me. I want you to be able to like write down like that you're excited. You know, it's like, oh, you know, what's tripped me up in the past is that every time I've started a workout program, I've always tried to do 7 days of 2 hours. And, you know, I finally have learned that I just have to meet myself where I am. And for me, a good workout week looks like 3 days a week, and it's 30 minutes of working out. And that's where it's going to be my sweet spot. And I know I can maintain that. Whenever I've decided to diet, it's always been all or nothing. It's either, you know, I'm on a diet or I'm not on a diet. I'm finally learning to realize that, you know, one off treat doesn't blow it for the week. And it is just mind-boggling what the results that I've been able to get by making that one tweak, right? So do you see, are you picking up what I'm putting down, right? It's just you looking at what are some of the things that are tripping you up and like, how can we put that positive like shift, that positive spin on it so that you are like, you read this letter 60 days, 90 days from now and you're like, I am crushing it. I have learned some lessons from myself, right? So I want it to be a little bit uncomfortable, but also a little realistic. And you know, these are the types of things like in my Fit Girl Magic Society that, you know, every month we work on a new theme, right? So that we're always trying to add into our toolbox because, you know, the myth is that you know, hit your goal and then you're done. Well, no, it's an ever evolving process. Like you hit your goal, and as soon as you hit your goal, you guys are all achievers, right? Everyone on this call is achievers. I know it. I feel it coming through the phone. You guys are all achievers, and I know that once you hit that goal, you're gonna be like, what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? You're gonna get you're gonna start jonesing for, wow, I got shit. I can get shit done. I can achieve stuff, and it doesn't have to be a struggle, and it doesn't have to be hard, right? So that's how I like to work with my clients and make sure that there's no more struggle. I hate seeing women struggle when it comes to getting healthy and fit. especially when I know that it can be simpler, right? There is an easier way. There's an easier path up the mountain, right? You know how, I don't know how many of you guys are skiers, but I ski probably once every 5 years. And, I'm never going to go down the double black diamond. No. But I will find the easiest path down the mountain, right? I will always find the easiest path down the mountain. I will go to the top, but I'll always find the easiest path down the mountain. If you want to go down the double black diamond and like work and struggle and do all that to get down, go for it. But if you're like, I want life to be easy because I got other heavy lifting shit that I have to do in your life, hang with your girl, because I will always show you the easy path down. All right, so that's all I have for tonight. And we're back again tomorrow, which is Thursday? Yeah, which is Thursday. And tomorrow is all about finding your courage, right? Because I've given you some things that like aren't typical, right? So we're gonna have to find the courage to find your lady balls and get shit done. All right, so I love all of you. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, do me a favor, leave them in the comments below. If for some reason you did not get the replay or anything like that, leave me a comment below and I will make sure that you get all of that. But the replay will come out to you by tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace out.